We all know what to do, don't we? In the event, if the alarm goes off, it will be a real one, won't it?
It will, yeah.
Right, and the phone's off. Everyone got their phones not in the wrong car because that never switches. You got right. Okay. So we've got no apologies for absence because we're all here, aren't we? Yeah. Good. Declarations of interest. Any declarations of interest?
Shouldn't we do 7 on the committee, isn't there? On this committee? Who's the 7?
I'm a member that you're here and you're on, right, aren't you? Did you? Or are you on the committee?
No, you two are counted within that 7.
Yeah.
There should be 7 on the committee as far as I know. Isn't that right, Leanne?
Remember the exact numbers, so I can have a look.
I think that's right. I think.
Isn't David Braithwaite a member?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
It was only.
Oh, right. And Robert.
But they just.
No, I just raised a question. I'm not. Can you check that then, Leanne?
Yeah.
Lovely.
I thought all committees was 7. That's 5 plus the mayor and deputy.
If there is a space, we'll put it on the full council agenda.
You're the deputy, aren't you?
Got no idea. I wasn't here, but
Paul is.
But I'm the deputy dog.
I was last year. Yeah. It's a job remembering where we are with it. Right. Okay. Is everybody happy with the minutes?
I didn't know they weren't on the website, were they?
But they were. Hang on.
They sent round and
Oh.
minutes are all available in the public section on the website under meetings.
Usually on the papers.
7 o'clock.
It's on the side. Yeah, I know. I'll just leave mine one like that. I'll just leave it. It's rice twice a day. That's it.
The only thing I because I haven't seen them. How was the minute on Diddle written up in the minutes?
Yes. That's right.
Just so that I could, if I
Yeah. Well,
engage with anyone.
Yes.
I think we've got that on the agenda. We'll deal with.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Because I think we do agenda stuff.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. We do. Yeah. I was going to.
No,
It's not on the agenda.
No, it should be.
Right. I want to deal with that later because I think we need to respond.
Yeah. Is that right, Leo?
I was going to bring that up with you.
Can we do that?
Yeah, if you want.
Lovely. Well, we'll deal with that when we've been through the.
No, I just wanted to check
Yeah.
the minute
No, well,
before it's signed.
We wouldn't.
yes. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm sorry I didn't read it.
No, that's okay.
But I
Well,
like
if that's okay, we'll leave signing the minutes till the last item
thank you.
because I'd like to discuss a response to the issues.
Yeah, good point.
Press.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He did have that.
Everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Right. Okie doke. So moving on, outstanding actions. I think there was a report at the last meeting on the old school. So unless anyone's got any other comments on outstanding actions. And I wanted to report, if anyone hasn't seen it, the cafe in London Street, they have started cladding the flue.
Oh,
I walked by there this morning and the lady, who I believe managers, came out to say that they were now working on that.
Yeah.
It did seem to blend in better, did you think?
Yeah, it looks better than seeing the flue. I mean, it's a reasonable solution, I guess. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know whether, with regards to the other aspect of that permission, where they have to keep a log of any issues with it. I don't know whether we need to follow up with the neighbours who were very concerned at the noise, etc. Whether we should do a sort of courtesy check with them. Yeah, just to see if they've had any issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that something we can ask you to do in the office? Just a courtesy call to them and ask them if they've had any issues?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
keep communication open as well.
Yeah. Good. Right, we've got no members of the public. I haven't had any planning related issues from non-councillors. Okay, and then the notifications and decisions, the one on here we've got listed on here, which was the permission for the 61 Marketplace, which is the Domino's, that's been given permission, and one of the conditions on there is that they provide a noise a report on noise levels. I don't know if anyone's looked at the planning permission, but that's essentially what they've asked for, and the reason for the condition is for the amenity of the resident of the flat. So I guess that's something we can keep an eye on.
The other things was where they're going to be putting their bin, wasn't it? But if they said anything or conditioned that at all. And what about the connecting it to the bit that made sure it's connected to the business? Is that in?
No, there's no condition on it for that either. It's purely the noise.
One condition from members, can we ask who's got to report noise levels? Because I can't see the people who run the business reporting by not levels of noise. If that's going to be in the detriment of their business.
There's noise anyway going backwards and forwards, so it's rubbish.
What they've asked for, the condition says that within 3 months of the planning permission, they have to have an independent report done on the noise level.
Yeah.
So somebody will have to go in and do a report.
And will they pay for it or we? Or
No, they pay for it. It's all,
okay.
And I'm pretty sure the well, I know that it'll be an independent one, but I mean it's not a very high bar, is it? The noise level, but we shall see. I mean, we should be able to see it on the report online. When it comes out. So I guess that if we put that down as an action to follow up, that can be to have a look online in the next. Well, if we put it on for the next meeting, then would you be able to check to see that application and see if there's now published or in that before the next meeting if they publish the report? Okay, and the Baptist Church, that was approved with conditions, and those conditions were what we asked for, that the materials be checked with the conservation officer. So that's good. What else do we have? The other item that's 58.3, that is a change to the plot 23 on the Abel's West of Brandon Road site, and I had a look at that. And as far as I can see, they've basically made a very small change to the fence line of plot 23, and I think it looks as if it's to allow access to the or a sight line to the shop area that they're doing.
Yeah, I had a look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
They've
looks,
actually started to steal them.
Yeah.
In the shops now.
yeah. And I don't know if I was going to ask if anyone's seen when they asked for planning permission to increase the number of units, and we objected. I haven't seen any permission.
Well, I looked at the steel work, and that looks for all the world as though we've got 6 units plus the mini market.
Yeah.
You you'd almost look at the line of the steel, can't you, to see where they're dividing
It would have to come to us, wouldn't it? Because it'd be a new application. It's not an amendment or
No,
anything like that.
No,
Because they took it out of the old,
that's right. Yeah,
so it's a new application.
Yeah.
They got sent it to us.
yeah. But the thing is,
They convert back to the original permission, can't they?
yeah, and they're not. Sorry, yeah.
Are there 6 units with it original?
Yeah,
6 units
Yeah.
plus this
plus the store.
mini market, supermarket.
And they weren't asking to increase the size of the building, just the number of units, so the smaller units. And I wondered whether that makes it obviously does make a difference, the actual number of units, but does it make a difference planning wise if they're not looking to increase the footprint of the building? And does it make, I mean, our objection was not to the principle of having convenience shops and, things like dentists or whatever there, but actually to having more intensity of units there would be detrimental to the town centre. I'll
follow that one up and
would you?
make inquiries.
Yeah.
The sales office, which she's found out
Yeah,
some of the
right.
information.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
Just report that back to you.
yeah. Lovely. That would be an action for next
Next one.
next month. Great. So if we then move on to planning applications, the first one is 11 New Spall Road. This has already had planning applications. There's a history of applications there. So I mean the principle of what they're asking for is established.
It's the biodiversity.
I could say
Yeah.
that around,
Yeah. And what they're asking for is an exemption on the
Size.
net gain. But there's a letter on there from Breckland. I don't know whether you want to there we go, scroll through. I think one of the last yes. If you look at that environmental protection, oh no, it's not that one. There's another document on there that's
Is that
Biodiversity statement and contamination.
That's there, so
yeah, try that
that's supporting.
bottom one.
Biodiversity.
Yeah,
That's their one though, isn't it? That says they don't need it.
there's definitely a letter on there that I found. So
That's their.
find it.
That's their one that they're saying.
Right,
Oh, that's
that's the one that's asking for exemption.
yeah.
There should be a letter from Breckland.
Is there no more? There's no more representations.
See if I can find it.
It's strange, isn't it? There's usually loads.
That must be in that vicinity somewhere.
It's opposite.
Opposite. Was it
Yeah.
place services to Brecon Council? Was it that one?
Yes,
Ecology comments?
that's the one. Ecology.
Yeah, comments. That's
Yeah.
the one.
And that's basically advising them that
They need one.
they need, that they haven't provided enough information. So if you look on the summary, we have reviewed the documents supplied by the applicant relating to the likely impacts. And we are not satisfied that appropriate information with regard to the biodiversity net gains has been supplied for the application. And they set out the reasons. And they do make particular comment that they're planning to cut down half a dozen
Yeah.
fruit trees and things.
But they've also got, I pointed out, the Leyland hedge.
Yeah,
And that, if they took that out and replaced it with native trees, that would be a net biodiversity.
yeah.
They're
So they-
replacing 6 fruit trees with 4 new native trees, aren't they? As well?
Yeah.
So they'll have to sort that out with Brecon.
So,
So I'd like to see them take, I hate Leyland. I shouldn't say that, should I? Because it's not planning consideration. But if they took it out, if they took that hedge out, because it kills everything on the ground, doesn't it? It's a monoculture. If they took it out and replanted there with native species, if they want a hedge, fair enough, but you can make those out of native plants, then that would be, I think, would represent a net biodiversity gain.
That's not up to us to determine, isn't it?
no, but
We can't tell them that.
Does this go back to them now?
our
Yeah.
our comments will go back.
The ground there is lower and it goes down,
It does.
so that the hedge would be sort of roof height at the front, whereas the bungalow would be down, wouldn't it? Because it's quite a drop in that down to them bungalows on that side of the road. And obviously they've had planning permission in the past, so the principle of it's there. I don't think you're changing the principle.
I object to the principle.
I don't know whether a hedge, you sort of, I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the others have got along there.
Well, that continues along the other bit of the property, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Along number 11, which you can't do anything about. But this new bit, what they're doing, if they took, can we suggest that or, push them in that direction? We believe there could be a net biodiversity gain.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
the Leyland hedge was replaced with native.
yeah.
What they're anticipating to, or what they're planning to do, I can't find it anywhere here, because they did actually.
Is that now a condition then? Because if you built a new property at one time, you're entitled to grow what you want in you.
Yeah.
No, but the biodiversity net gain is in law now, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, they had to.
So they just fall inside or inside of the area, the size of plot
Right.
that the law is appropriate to. And what they're asking for is, they're basically saying it's not much bigger than the threshold.
Just over.
So can we have an exemption certificate?
Right.
And I was going to suggest that our response should be that we would object to them having an exemption certificate, that actually what they're proposing to do, we've got no objection to the principle of building bungalow there, but the biodiversity net gain principles need to apply to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We-
I think that's fair.
Yes.
Yeah, that,
So,
because I don't think nobody here has got an in principle objection to
no, not.
No.
the building in there.
No, that's just that we seem to create a new areas of law though. don't we?
Yeah, but
Or guidance.
Yeah.
But this is the whole point of that
Yeah.
principle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of cutting everything down,
Yeah.
you're now looking saying, well, actually, having half a dozen fruit trees is and a hedge is a habitat that's a real benefit. And if we're going to lose it, then there needs to be appropriate mitigation.
Well, they're a menace to maintain as well.
Absolutely.
My son's, he's got a very large garden plot and it's surrounded by leyland. And he's at the tip 3 times a year with stuff from it. And you've got to keep it trimmed because otherwise it'll overgrow.
It's part of it. It goes into the, I don't know whose boundary it is.
So it'd be
Number 1, so store, I don't know whether it might be their hedge, I don't know.
but yeah, as far as we can go, there's I think
Yeah,
there's
send
no
back
object on
our
that.
comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noted what we said? And we'll,
Yeah. Just around part of our conversation and send
Yeah.
it to how should I talk to it?
yeah, are you okay with that?
Yeah,
We'll
Yes.
polish it up.
Yeah.
And
I don't think we
do
can
we
tell
want-
them what to do, can we?
no, but we can say that the loss of fruit trees and
And there's going to be more hard standing as well, isn't there? So
It doesn't enhance it, does it?
no, and can we mention that native species
It might be,
it
Yes.
needs to be we
Yeah.
suggest that native species.
Yeah.
trees
You
in.
can't
Yeah.
tell them what to
we,
Yeah.
yeah, we suggest.
Yeah.
suggest.
Okay.
That's in the plans then.
Right, so if we're okay with that, then the next one, 59.2,
It's round the road for me, I know it.
yeah,
Yeah. Now, that really annoys me, the way the highways treat that. It's, they've spent so much time putting a letter together over really basically nothing. That is just typical highways, you know, stuff in town, doesn't matter, you wouldn't look at that, but you go around a little area like that and you say, oh no, he can't park there. Well, he can park there. There's nothing going to stop him parking his car in that area. Nothing at all.
is that, because this application is a variation, isn't it? And
Yeah,
it's
it was a
actually
pitch
quite
roof
small,
instead of a-
yeah. Which is it's the roof on the little bit on the
Yeah.
on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The abutment.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I thought was an improvement.
yes. me
myself.
too.
Well, he's got
Yeah.
an existing conservatory
Yeah.
there, which they're taking down, I
Yeah.
guess. But his original one, he gave too much information. Of course, he said he was going to put up a carport in that
Yeah.
area, which too much information set the old highwayman going.
So we just approve that, do we?
Well,
It's only-
approve isn't this is quite important, isn't it? It's not the right term, because that isn't our job to approve or turn down things. We're making comments on this, and this particular application is a variation of an application that's already gone in.
Yeah.
So we're only looking at this variation, which is specifically the roof changing from a slope.
So
So-
it can only be beneficial.
Yeah.
Exactly. So our comment would be no objections.
Yes.
No, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Then we've got the Swaffham, the old Swaffham glass work. Pull that up. They put in an application and then withdrew it, didn't they?
That was a while back.
Yeah. But this is now an application to demolish part of the site, which is
It's a bit behind the
Yeah.
main works,
yeah,
which never got finished in the first place because it
Exactly.
hasn't got a roof on it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
is that any great loss?
No.
No,
So,
I think it's horrible.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
built something nice there, it'd be
Yeah.
improvement, wouldn't it? It's in the conservation area.
no, it's
No,
not,
it's
but it's
the same.
adjacent to it. And I,
Can you blow that up a bit? Yeah.
Yeah, we
Does
picked
this
one up.
application,
The layout plan, not the, that bit. No, I mean, can you, the layout bit, that's what, the
the site plan?
Site plan.
site plan, sorry, yeah.
do you want to look at it as it's existing, or is everyone happy? with-
That's fine, doesn't it?
Yeah. One of the things that worries me is that the cars, they show cars in there, they're going, obviously they're gonna have to juggle for position. And the other thing is either they got a reverse in or they got a reverse out.
Tight,
There's no turning area.
isn't that their
And that is a,
problem?
coming around that corner onto that, that's a really narrow bit of the road, isn't it?
That's not really any
No.
different to when it's been run as a business. So you're still
No.
backing vehicles.
No, I suppose not, but
What's the grey area? What is that?
well, that's where the workshop is now.
The
The grey is
that's,
the old what was a gym.
Yeah.
Now,
I think it is still
it's still a gym. Yeah.
or part of it's still a gym. So, I mean, that, to me, that was a key thing, the fact that the two buildings at the front, they're being retained as they are, so the street scene will be the same.
better, won't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
it'll improve it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Is there any change to the frontage of the old part of the building then?
No, apart from there's the Velux windows in the roof,
Right.
and there's a blocked up window that will be opened up, and then on the rear of it there's a window. I think you've got to go on another set of plans that say the barn conversion somewhere down there. That other plans down near the bottom, that one, yeah.
Do we support this? I don't know yet.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Yeah. So there's the on the top left hand bit, there's a window in the middle on the top floor that's being opened up, that's currently blocked. And then on the reverse, on the rear elevation, the left hand lower barn has got currently got garage doors in it.
Yeah.
So that's more or less all new glazing in there.
Very good.
It's all right.
Yeah.
No objection.
No objections. The only thing I would say is, do they have to use wood again? Because they're using wood, aren't they, on the front of the new build? It's not in the conservation area, so maybe
No.
comments about that. But they seem to be using wood a lot, don't they? It's a facing
Yeah. Do you want to have a look at
that one.
Yeah, the new, does it say what the cladding is?
Fixed brick. It's up there. Fixed red brick as shown.
And what about the right hand, the little gable that's shut? Yeah,
That looks like shingles, doesn't it?
They're using the cement type
Timber
cladding now, aren't they?
They are.
So
Yeah,
probably
timber cladded.
that's what they're
Cladding.
using.
Yeah.
Timber
not
cladded. Yeah.
Oh,
Which one are you looking at?
That's it, horizontal, it says horizontal dark timber cladding.
Fine.
That's the only thing.
It's not going to show from the roadside, is it?
So if they keep the maintenance up on it, it's when they let it lie, that's when it does look horrible.
I just think if you've got the nice, the
We've got it won't be seen from West Sands Road, will it? It's only if you go up the Mews there.
that's the other
There's
reason
any
more
objection
about
to
it.
that?
No,
It's an improvement to that area, isn't it?
And there are new,
Yeah.
the whole
That's not
lane, so
improvement, doesn't it?
this bit fits with that, and then the
Three houses.
we're talking about the design codes and things like that. If it's next to a nice building that's got the flints and brick and things, it just looks different, doesn't it? That's
I mean, that is the point of that is, because I was thinking about this with the conservation area, and I think is it in the conservation area or is it out? And the only way that you can get something included in the conservation area in the future is if it gets improved. And the bits that were taken out of the old conservation area were all taken out because there were new buildings that weren't sympathetic to the character. And so I know, I get what you're
all.
you're saying, yeah.
That's all right, but it's a shame it could look better. couldn't it?
Yeah, it's because there's nothing really in that relates to historic Swaffham or it's a new build, and timber cladding isn't part of the design materials.
You've got that sort of backs onto the mules where all the new terrace houses are all down the mules, where it's like the wall between the first one of those and the yard, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, that wall is is that going to stay, that wall dividing the two, or it you could say that it doesn't follow on. Does this follow on from those houses, that type of house, to what they're proposing there? And I don't think it does.
No.
Then you're on.
But they,
The back garden of the first Queen Street house, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's the other side from that.
Yeah.
architects tend to want, when you're dealing with an area where you've got flint buildings or something that's extreme, if you like, they like to see a change.
Yes.
Any
Yeah.
extensions,
Exactly.
they favour glass extensions and all sorts of things on period property rather than trying to blend it in with what's already there.
These are not period. These have already been there.
Yeah, what?
What, about 10, 15 years?
Yeah, I'm talking about the old flint building at the front. They wouldn't. I don't think they'd consider that problem because they want the separation of periods.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm trying to put it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for the amount of room they've got, they've done a good job.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an improvement in that area.
Right. Well, it sounds like we're not objecting overall. I think Lindsay makes a good point, but we're not. I don't think we're all supportive of making that comment. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other things in there? Anyone got any other comments? Oh, I got one point here. Do we want to ensure that the barn as a heritage building is restored as a priority, or at least where we don't end up with a new building there and a derelict barn? Do you see what I'm saying?
You want the
Like-
development done in tandem, basically.
Yes, yeah. So because there is a possibility that with planning permission, the new part could be built, the demolition carried out, the new building built, and the barn just left to deteriorate. Because
where
there'll
the
be a
gym-
higher cost to that.
Yeah,
And you could argue that the new build is partly enabling the old barn to be renovated.
have the applicants, have they got an interest in that barn then?
Yeah,
Is it- They can influence it.
yeah. They're the develop or the owner.
Yes.
It's Kirby Leonard.
Yeah,
And the application covers both the renovation of the barn, the demolition, and the new build. So what I'm suggesting is that we ought to comment that it should be done as a whole to ensure that we don't end up with a derelict barn
yeah,
in the future.
or some sort of
Good idea.
section 106, like a covenant on it.
Well, I think they can just condition it that the whole site should be developed
Oh,
in one
so-
go.
oh, am I?
No.
I'm missing it. There's a planning application includes the barn,
Yes.
Yeah,
which the bit, the grey bit that's abutting that.
no,
Oh, sorry,
the barns are the light grey bit
oh, right.
to the,
Well, I thought they were part of the, yeah.
yes, yeah,
Oh, I thought you meant the grey, the dark grey.
no.
Bucket.
What I'm saying is that the whole application
Yeah.
needs to be done in
Oh,
one
so
go.
yeah, it's got to be done. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and shall be carried.
yeah. And the other minor aspect is that part of the application is for change of use, and
Yeah.
I don't think anyone has any objection to that. So would our comment would be along the lines of we have no objection to the change of use and development, but we would like it to see the whole site developed together, so that it precludes the possibility of the barns being left derelict at any point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. Right.
Perfect.
Good. So, can we now look at the Drove solar farm, the changes to that, which is P60/25. You should all have sent the copies of this. And what they're asking, they've made some changes. Whether it's worth pulling up the map or
Is it on there? Further down, yeah. Thing in this.
thanks. So we need to comment today if we want to make a comment on it. And if I just read out the changes that they proposed, they say they've put approximately 90 hectares of additional land included to the north of the site to support mitigation for skylark and curlew following ecological surveys which confirmed their presence. So it's the north side,
Lakeside.
South Acre side. The additional land has been included at the western extent to provide adequate space in which to safely carry out works to the existing overhead line. So that's, I don't know whether it shows it on there with the lines, electric lines. They've also changed 3 as additional land has been included to allow for temporary alternative access to the affected residential property along Petticoat Road, Washpit Road.
That bit in the middle. Mate, that's safe acre, isn't it? At the top.
Washpit Drove is the one that runs crosses. It's not a very good map to
What exactly are we
Yeah.
looking at?
the overhead.
Foods.
You can see running along.
Close to
Could I possibly ask a question,
Yes.
please? I wasn't on planning when the droves were decided, but in the I was reading something on Facebook or whatever, and they said that we'd agreed to all this. Is this right?
no, nothing's been agreed. It hasn't even gone to planning application, full planning application yet.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
we
Just
made
that,
comments on it.
Yes.
Commented, yeah.
Just that obviously the comments have got misconstrued somewhere.
Well, I think
haven't they?
sound of it, there are a lot of people making comments
Yeah.
on things, on processes they don't understand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Does those boxes highlight what
Yeah,
changes?
that's the changes, and that Skylark and Curlews.
Some basic.
Excuse me.
Yep.
We just, if we don't agree with all this, why don't we just disagree with it?
But how do we know we disagree with it if we don't know what it is?
Yeah, you've got to be specific.
Well,
haven't
The
you?
principle of the farm.
Yes.
Or the-
But
Yeah.
I'm in principle, like with Jill, I'm against the whole thing completely.
This is where it comes difficult.
So-
When they move it slightly or
Yeah.
change it slightly, it does make a lot of difference in my mind.
doesn't to me either. I won't vote for this, whatever you decide to do.
Well, I think we need to, our job is to look at this and
Yeah.
discuss it and see what we think of it.
I think the way you go is that while we disagree in principle with the whole idea, if the Secretary of State is minded to approve it, we want some mitigations as
No, don't we wait until they've decided rather than give our.
that's too late, Jill.
No, it isn't too
Once they
late.
decide.
Listen to Paul.
It is because this is just a consultation for a period that they want comments and that on it, and then they'll probably change it yet again and try and bring people around. And then before they put the full application in, I don't know when they're going to put the full application in. I don't know if they got a date for that yet, have they?
I don't know.
No, I don't think they have, but my principle is that it's
Need
too much, too big for the town, and it's not only here; it's all over the
Yes.
county, really. And
Agree.
the other thing they aren't mentioning at all is these, and I keep saying about them, is these battery boxes,
Yeah.
which are going to be like lorry containers, and they're not stating, they're very vague. They could one just next to the A47 for all we know, and the fire service are saying they haven't got the equipment if there was a fire in one of these to deal with it, because because of the chemicals they're made up, they've got to have special chemicals to put the fires out. They can't just use the foam or the water they would normally carry. They've got to have this special.
Well,
But they can address that.
it looks like that's the.
Sorry.
They could say
But we
they're
don't
going to
agree
address
with
that, and
this.
they could put money in.
Okay.
They've got pots of money. They could easily address that.
Even if they do, John, I don't like the idea.
No.
Saying we don't like it is not a legitimate planning
They could go.
response.
Couldn't they?
You cannot say that. It
Grade
just
one
doesn't work.
agriculture.
You have to be specific in what you're objecting to.
Well,
We're-
all
we use
across the district and all the other villages
I can see,
are objecting to this. So
yeah, but you've got to be specific about the grounds for objection.
the
Well,
bulk,
Not say we don't
the
like it.
biggest thing
We've
is the
got-
bulk of it and the size of it. If it was a small field or a couple of small fields, I don't think any of us would worry. But it's the bulk of it that people are objecting to, and the fact that it's not going to be any gain for us as a town or the area, because all the power will be going north or south. So
go.
you know, it's just not. We're going to have all the influence of it for 40, possibly 60 years, and we're not going to gain a thing from it. And if you think you're going to get cheap electricity, forget it.
No, I'm not either for or against it. All I'm saying is that you've got to be very specific. You've got to look at the situation that this is a small part of the country. The rest of the country might say, "Oh, that's all right, having it there. We don't mind," and that it could come
No, we're
about
not saying
because
that.
We're not saying,
Not
it
saying
could
that.
come about because of
we're
that.
not saying.
What you've
that.
got to do is make sure if it does come about,
Yeah,
so
and
all
they've
the
made,
mitigations are
and
in
they've made
process.
these
It's
amendments.
in
Well, surely
place.
that comes
because of-
after.
Well, it can't come after.
Made.
You wait until a
So-
planning application is done and
If
say,
these-
"Oh, we want a new road." Well, it's too late.
But we're mitigating them.
If this
before
makes
it's
Get
it
it like that, John. All you're going to do is have the hassle of it.
But
It's not
this
going to
would
gain
make
anything
the
for this country.
application more
Yeah.
acceptable
Yeah.
to.
There's, all of them across the country. You've got them around
Yeah.
here, you've got them around Shepton, you're going to have them around Litcham, you're going to have them around Homehow, Ashhill. It's going to be all the way around in Dereham. It's going to be a whole circle of around this area.
Lincolnshire, Oxfordshire, they're all like you. They've got these things going. It's all over the country.
So
I
what?
mean, there's just,
We're.
they are
we're-
placing these things.
But we've got to fight our own battle.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Someone's got to lose.
No, because
Fine.
right, I hear what
Done.
people are saying, and one comment can be to this that it doesn't change our overall view of it.
Absolutely.
Okay,
That's
I'll agree that, yeah.
yeah, but I was just saying to Graham that these changes have been brought about after the consultation that they've had.
Yeah.
So this will be perceived by the applicant as a measure to make the application more acceptable to when it goes to the
Yeah.
government.
Exactly.
Now, we do need, we can still comment that we have an overall objection
Yeah.
to the whole scale of the thing, as we have said. But we should look at each of these changes just to see if there's anything else. There's one comment that I would make to this, and that's that they're one of the things they want to do possibly is to cut down hedging, more hedgerows
Oh, gosh.
to do some of these changes. And I would be against cutting down any
Any
hedgerows.
Yes.
So that was one comment I'd noted. I'm happy for our first comment to be if this is the feeling of
Yeah.
the committee that we it doesn't change our view that the whole application is and the accumulated applications is too big. The
It's
scale
not
of
just too big. We don't want it.
No, that's not
Yeah.
planning.
But why don't we want it? The main objection is the scale of it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
scale, the loss of agriculture, just everything.
Yeah, which
Yes.
we have
everything.
already made those comments.
There is no,
So
we just emphasise our comments again.
It's our comments again.
It doesn't change our original
No.
comments to the overall
Yeah.
application.
Yeah.
But
all they're trying to do is avoid like
Yeah.
stone curtains and that sort of thing, which they wouldn't be allowed to disturb anyway because they're protected, that sort of thing. But you know, all they're doing is just moving it from one spot to another.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that's
we don't.
good.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you know, that's a fight
These things will be
come through
decided
the inquiry.
Yes. So what other things did you want to say, Les?
well, I having looked briefly through the only adverse comment I would have would be that we wouldn't want to see a loss of any hedgerows,
No.
existing hedgerows. I mean, there should be no need. There should be no need, should there?
Then those all trees.
No.
All the fields have got access
Yeah.
ways into them.
Yeah.
And they make use of those.
I don't know. No, I mean that it's given the site of a substation, but then I don't know.
How big is the substation?
We think that's the brain piece.
The,
Well, it's
What
quite
next
big.
thing I expect.
that's the locations.
Well, you could put you don't agree with the substation or any of it.
That could be where they want to stick the
Yeah.
batteries, so you don't know.
Exactly.
You don't know. But the other thing is, it's all going to feed into Necton eventually, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the other thing I think it really should emphasise on there that they've got to look at this as a whole and over all of the different applications, not just this one, over the whole of the different applications within the area, because
Exactly.
add them together. Because if you look at just one end separately, it doesn't look so bad. So then you look at the whole, and then you add all the applications together. You're talking of a mass, and I think you've got
They over that as well.
Yeah.
That was the
the map is deceiving because that map isn't true that they put out.
yeah.
Is that the 1065 on this right hand side?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah. That's another point that these changes they're proposing are all to the north of the site.
Yeah.
And they're all the extra area, that pale green area is an area that won't have its additional land that won't have any solar panels on it, and will be part of their mitigation.
Great.
well, I'm
Yeah.
Generous.
we have to say, yeah, I'd like to see it walk back from the 1065, so at least you don't just see it as you're driving through, because
Well-
that's a tourist route. And it's just gonna
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, all you're going to see if you go through that green bit, all you're going to see is on both sides. You're going to just see solar panels.
That to your list.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned this before.
Why-
But essentially, these changes they're proposing won't make the prospect of the view from Swaffham
Any
and
different.
the intensity side, it won't change that
No.
because it's the changes are all the other side of the hill, basically.
Yeah. Other thing is, if they do get permissions, the amount of extra traffic and lorries coming through
Yeah,
to bring these panels and that, because they got, I think they did mention somewhere, I think it's about 4 meters by about 8 meters or something like these panels, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're coming from China or Japan or
Yes,
somewhere,
that
aren't
would
they?
be-
So they're going to be shipped in the
China.
nearest port. I expect they would come in through Felixstowe. So which way would they come up? Would they come up through Norwich and then come along the A47, or would they come up the 1065 straight through the middle of the town?
yeah, probably.
You know, this we don't know. You think of that, bringing
They will
God
have to
knows how many,
produce
literally hundreds, if not thousands, of these lorries coming
They
through.
will
bringing these
produce a
panels.
transport
Obviously,
and
that's
traffic
why
plan.
it's so important to
Yeah,
take on
Which is the
board what
one,
Paul
that's
said
the,
and just refuse to.
Right. Are we happy to make
those
comment along the
Yeah.
following lines that these changes don't make it
Any
sufficient or any difference for us to change our original comment.
Yeah.
Okay. And furthermore, there is no reason for loss of any
Yeah.
hedgerow or trees.
I'm just wondering.
Yes.
And it's,
So you say
Hang on.
if the changes they've made won't make any difference, well, and they say, okay, well, we won't bother with them then, and we'll still go ahead with our old application. What happens then? And they get it.
but they reckon that
Well, that's
one of the things is loss of
not to accommodate.
the loss of this the agricultural side of things is another big thing, because they showing their pictures, all lovely little sheep rolling around underneath them, which is a load of nonsense, because sheep won't go anywhere near these things.
No.
There'll be no grass under.
No.
Well, I think, John, you make a good point, actually, John, that we can welcome the mitigation measures.
Oh, welcome anything.
Well, John's right. If they're
Welcome.
proposing to add, what they're saying is they're going to put in acres, extra acres that won't have any panels on. The fact that it doesn't improve it for Swaffham and the 1065 doesn't mean that it's a bad measure that they're taking. does it?
Sorry,
Yeah.
Les, but them acres are there anyway. They're not going to disappear. Them acres are not going to go up in a puff of smoke. Them acres are there anyway. So them acres are there to be used anyway. So they're not giving us anything in a way.
They're giving us a thing.
But they will be, as part of this, they will be paying or making a contribution to maintaining that land as a
It's smoke screen. It's a
environment.
smoke screen.
Yeah. Exactly. Mitigation surely should come after it's been decided, I would have thought.
But it won't. That's the thing. That's what John's saying, that if whatever they put in front of the Secretary of State, if he says yes, approved, that's what we get.
Okay.
The government they've got for what, 40,000 in Milton Keynes, another, what was it, 30,000, another little village. They want to increase it, make it into a super town or whatever. All these things are going ahead, and really, is there,
Right.
Can I ask you, did Home Help come under this as well?
No, this is just the drones.
It's just the
Yeah.
droves.
But what our original comments, we made the point that it should, they should consider all of the
Yeah.
sites cumulatively.
There's another one on the pipeline for Litcham.
So they'll be replying
Yeah.
in the same
Absolutely.
vein as us,
Yeah.
yes? Or not in the same?
Well, I
vein?
don't know what
Whatever.
change it.
Well,
What
they
we're
want
looking
it
at
here
here is
not-
changes that they're making
Yes.
to the application. Okay,
So
so
the feeling also is that once you agree to the
Yes.
changes,
Yeah.
that comes across as
Halfway.
we agree to the scheme.
Yeah,
We do.
exactly.
In your position, there's nothing you can do about that. You've got to respond,
yeah,
and the time will come when the full
Yeah.
application will go in,
Yeah.
And
and that's the time to
Yeah.
start making a lot of
And-
it.
at
The
least we
application
written
goes to
down as
state-
well, that we've agreed with it.
and because this is an official, they're looking for an official response from us.
Yeah.
Is it-
Today?
Yeah. Is it?
Yes, well, the official response
Yeah.
surely is.
Actually, that's a good point.
Forget
If it's
about
not, if this is just a, what's the word I'm searching for? Not unofficial, but exploratory, or
Just the
it's
potatoes.
part of the planning process. Is it? Is
Yeah,
it public consultation that is part of the planning process?
They're not unofficial
It is.
consultation. Then they got an official consultation.
it's part of their consultation, isn't it? That they will use, if we
I see.
responded, we think this is great,
No.
thank you very much.
I think there's a point there. If it's their consultation, it's not part of the planning process.
Yes, it is.
We reserve judgment
It's
until they bring the planning.
You're wrong, John. It's part of the planning. They have to go out to this public consultation before they can go to, for anything of this size, they have to go out to public consultation first before they put the application in.
And they've made these changes as a result of the earlier consultation with public.
So you've written down.
Rock and a hard
what you're
place,
going
isn't
to-
it?
Well, I've written down that this doesn't change. We maintain our original comments to the whole scheme.
Plus,
There should be no loss of hedgerow and trees for any reason. There's
yeah,
no need for that. The mitigation is all to the north and will not improve the view or the situation
yeah, exactly.
for Swaffham and the A1065. And then we can reference our original comments, which covered all that.
I don't know if you want to add in, but Mike, do you want to add that there's no consultation on where within the scheme they're going to put the battery storage units?
Well,
So they're keeping that very
Yeah,
close to their chest.
yeah,
No, we'd like to know more about the.
Well, you know, they should. I think they should state where they're going to want to try and put them within the scheme.
Is that not in the substation?
Well, it could be, but I think they should specify where these storage units are going to be.
we can put on there, it's still not clear from the information where the battery storage
Yeah.
will be.
Mm.
And how they will be maintained and the concerns we have about fire and so on, how that will be mitigated.
Well,
What money are they going to spend on measures like for the fire brigade, giving them a dosh of money to sort that if there is a
I
fire?
don't know whether you should go into all that. I think
You've got to see.
we shouldn't say
should
too
have-
much, to be honest with you.
Well, that is something they haven't, just
No.
checking, they haven't put anything in here about that.
No.
Yeah.
They have
There's all
put
to be
the
done, isn't there?
substation refinement of, what's BESS? That's not battery.
The battery storage within the substation, because in the old,
There you go.
They're going to have quite a big area for it because these units are going to be like lorry containers.
Yeah.
And they're going to have quite a few of these
Well,
units.
if that mauve area,
Yeah. It's quite a big area.
yeah, it's a big area.
Yeah.
And
Maybe that is within that area. I don't know, but I think it should be specified.
Battery energy storage system.
Right.
BESS.
that's
Yeah.
what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's where they're,
So they need access to it, don't they?
And that is close. Am I right? That's close to the town and
well, it's
Is it really, isn't it?
It's not.
Yeah.
There's the junction on the bypass down at the bottom there.
yeah, the red bits.
so
It's in the visual impact.
It's
isn't
the
it?
vision,
On the
yeah.
Tourist route,
Yeah.
north
Yeah.
of.
So actually, if that's where it is, that would be a specific comment
Yeah.
on the visual impact
Yeah.
of the
Yeah, because
the
things like
SS
that, like
area.
it's quite
Yeah.
visually.
But I would like to see that if they're going to have these battery storage units, which they obviously will have, I think they should be made to have an area where they store the chemicals for putting out the fires within that area. Make sure they've got that on site.
I've been on about.
I would think they would have to do that anyway, Paul, because the size of the investment, they wouldn't want the whole thing to drop in smoke as soon as they spent billions. But
Once from one of those things goes off, you won't go to stop it.
So shall I
By that same.
add this comment that about the visual impact
Yeah,
of the
I think-
BESS area
Mhm.
from impact on
From the 1060.
from the 1065 and proximity to public rights of way,
Yeah.
because that looks as if it's on the side of one of, well, certainly two of the one or two of the rights of way that run through there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
So, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll tittify that
yes,
a bit.
great.
Right. Okay. Then.
Oh, it's so impressive.
Now, the next one hopefully is easier. P61/25. This is an application for a replacement, basically an electronics mast.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually had a look where they're proposing it is at the racetrack. And they've got a long list of other places they discounted. And it looks to me as if the mast is about 20 metres high.
That's right, so high.
And I think there's one at the back of the police station near Waitrose that's the same kind of thing.
It's EE, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's several different companies. And
Well,
So it is what it is.
Designed for that. You've got to have these
Yes,
we
things.
have to have them.
yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, only I can't see, it's better than having it right closer to the town. That's my comment. And the other thing is I expect Marham will, because it's right on the flight path, I expect Marham will put in a comment.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll have
Yes,
no
happy
adverse
with
comments. Yeah. Right.
Happy with that.
Okay. So no objections.
Hopefully it's big as the one at Pickenham, will it?
Okay. We've already mentioned two more applications which will come in for our next meeting, so that's fine. So that just leaves us the Lidl application and whether we should, well, I think we should do something to deal with the wrong, misinformed.
yes, could you explain the scenario, because I wasn't on the planning and
Right.
probably not around when it all happened.
Is that, have you read it?
Yes, I have.
Give you a minute to look at that.
My comments on all this would be, these were observations. How has this turned into what is now in the press as we objected to the planning application in principle?
But, well, we had two choices. We could have said we had no objection and we have comments, or we, as we did, we made an objection because for these reasons. So
For those reasons only.
yeah,
No principal objection to,
yeah.
I mean,
So
So-
these are our objections.
Yes, and the reason for these objections is that there will be this to build a little store there or in Swaffham will affect the town centre trade, and they in their study they put in there a 3% effect. So loss of business in the town centre. So
repaid in every country.
yeah, and to put that in perspective, Tesco's, when that was built, they acknowledged an 11% drop in trade, and Tesco's to mitigate that, they gave the town £250,000 or £225,000 to be spent on
That's right.
improving the town centre, etc., and improving the link from the pedestrian and cycle link
Yes.
between
Yeah, I
the
remember
two.
that.
Yeah. So we want Liddell's to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So if we said no objections, then the chances of being given some money to offset the loss of trade will be lessened. I mean,
Yeah.
That's within the figures that they've actually quoted there. As
Yes.
low.
Have we had any is there any other comments on the website from the highways or anything yet? Or I think it's due to go to in November, isn't it?
26th of October, isn't it?
October, sorry.
It's the end of the month.
Yeah. So you've highways have not put any comments forward yet.
I must admit, I haven't looked.
I haven't looked.
Yeah.
Until
So
Because I think that the it's bad with the town centre problem, but I think the worst part of it is the traffic movement.
so high.
Yeah.
So I think that is the worst bit. I think that is where the
Yes.
we must keep our section up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not against Littles or anybody else going on that side for that matter, but it's the principle of
Yes.
the way they and how they're going to mitigate the extra traffic that's going to be within that area.
That's what I want to see.
It's all right doing a survey in whatever it was October, November time when it was very light traffic. You want to do it in the middle of summer when the traffic coming through 10 to the dozen.
They did have a traffic sensor back on that road
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, didn't they?
Well,
they all the way along 10th
Yeah,
and 5.
yeah.
I don't think it was Lidl.
so I don't think anyone here is saying, oh, we made the wrong comment, we made
Yeah.
the wrong decision.
It is the process of democracy happens in this chamber, not on Facebook.
Yes. Yeah.
If you look at the number of people that actually commented, it's a very, very, very small percentage of people. It's
There's one comment on Facebook of the town council have got some Tesco's giving them a bribe to object to it.
I think you can't swallow that.
Oh, I know, yeah, but you know, it's stupid comments that
It's friends.
get out like that. Makes things worse.
Well, that's what it's all been about all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the question is, do we want to do some kind of response to make sure that or to do our best to explain what
The
we've
cloud.
done and why
We
we've
might
done.
have to
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
I think that would be good
email from
publicity.
Jen,
Yeah.
from the guy from the news who totally mangled what
Yeah.
we've done. That really, I mean, misreported us
Yeah.
like that, and sort of it doesn't leave us in a nice position, does
No,
it?
no.
When people do that, they should get their facts right. Perhaps
What are you going to say?
Yeah, but
the news and NDP to
cause
say,
more trouble.
So what should we do? What are our options to reach the public or the Facebook or
I don't know, Facebook.
Can't we use our communications?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could put news alert on their website,
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram.
and should we make a comment, an official comment to the EDP because they might publish it?
Yes.
Could we not just say that we're not objecting to it, but there's several things that we'd like to see sorted out and dealt with before we would, before they get, because it'd be too late once when they're there and the problems arise.
It's the wrong place as well.
What I'd like to do, and I have seen it done before, is we need to actually reprimand the EDP and their reporter
Yeah,
for misinterpreting
absolutely.
facts. We want a retraction of that article and
Yeah.
an apology. That's what I would say.
Right.
That's what we're for.
I like the sound of that. So,
That's all we need to do.
does that come from, that will come from the clerk?
Yeah.
Or the office, directly to the EDP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Is it
that's-
anything? I thought it was their news.
EDP.
EDP was the one that
Oh.
Ken Manders was approved
Oh.
yesterday, wasn't it?
Thank goodness she's referred it back to the.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
She done the right thing.
Pleased
Yeah.
with that, yeah. So does that, I like what you've said, so
Town clerk.
does that then set out our position accurately for them?
We
that we-
objected on specific
Right.
issues,
Yes,
not to the whole concept,
yeah,
but on If they read it,
We made our comments based on,
Yeah.
we had a vote on it, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we're not going to backtrack on that, but
Yeah.
we did it for the right reason. So
Yes.
say, there's nothing wrong with what we said,
Yeah.
but you misquoted it and we want an apology and however
Yeah.
we want to rephrase it.
If you could say, we'll sort out these, our comments and objections, we will be highly delighted to receive them, or, welcome to Swaffham.
No,
We-
No, don't.
No, we didn't.
can I suggest, if Leanne drafts something and sends it to you and to
Yeah.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
For approval.
Yeah.
Would that be the way to do it?
Yes, yeah.
that we needed a retraction from them and
And to make a strong point of this, the
Misquoted.
strongest objection was on highways.
Yeah.
But they need to get that sorted out.
Yes.
They need
Yeah.
to look at that again and make sure we get the best.
well, they were.
Maybe you should
But as
put
far
that
as-
highways as well.
Should we? They're looking,
Well,
they've given. us
I won't
something.
comment anyway on the application.
So we'll see that.
Because it's part of our duty to let them know our local knowledge.
Yeah.
And that is a big
Yeah.
local issue.
And so highways won't just take their transport report at face value, which they would have done.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we hadn't made that comment.
Yeah.
And that,
Well, hopefully they wouldn't have just taken it face value.
no, they don't.
No, that's not false. I mean, they give themselves 6 weeks to look at it. So
Competition is a different area.
Yeah.
Because in
Yes,
planning law,
right.
it's market forces that dictate where planning goes. And yes, of course, we all have sympathy with our local traders who may suffer to some extent.
That's not a
But that
planning
is not,
ground.
that is not.
Yeah.
planning.
You can-
No,
It's not
it's
planning
waste
ground.
time.
But the vitality
Of
of the town centre
Yes.
or the town is a
Yeah.
planning matter, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's never held any weight before because you only got
Yeah.
Durham and all the other
Yeah.
places. They've still got
Yeah.
their permission.
Because they're in an edge of town.
It's actually making the comment.
No, you can make a comment, but it won't be a strong case for refusal. I'm sorry. I went through this in the 80s with electrical retail when we had Curry's come to us. And
Yeah.
a lot of people supported my opposition to it,
Yeah.
but that carried no weight whatever. I'm sorry.
Can say.
Right, so we're okay with that, we've checked that, good. And hopefully if we do that, which I think is a good idea, if the EDP then responds, that will give social media
Yes.
something to get their teeth into as well.
They're good, so both of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, okay, good. If that's everything, then we just need to, the next meeting is 28th of October in the chamber here. The minutes, yeah. Are you happy with the minutes now, John?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They stand, yeah?
Yeah.
Good, and I will sign those and,
So for the next meeting.
28th of October.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll be, go away on the 20th.
Good. Okay, nice.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
I'll stop it.
Every month.
I know.